it's awfully tough to select an all-conference quarterback in the Mid-American Conference, and I've had to struggle with that the last 2 years, and who you're putting on the first team, second team, third team, because there are so many good quarterbacks, and they're all different. Some, like Tettleton and Jordan Lynch, are better runners, and then you have other guys like Keith Wenning that are pro-style guys that can throw it all over the field. So there's some great quarterbacks, some great field generals, so to speak, great leaders on their teams, and guys that we have an awful lot of respect for at Ball State.
I think that the more Mid-American Conference players go out and then have success in the NFL, the Joe Staley's of the world, the Antonio Browns of the world, that even gives more credibility to our conference. That now I think, like for example, Eric Fisher, where people said, well, he played in the MAC. Well, he was still the first player taken in the draft, and that shows you that people now, the perception of our league is that the quality of football is very good, and they are playing against good people.
They put you up for success, you know, in the right spots. Our coaches do, and you know, I remember watching, you know, players when I grew up. You know, Chandler Harnish at Northern, you know, right before me, who I backed up, and you know, Dan Lefevre of Central Michigan, who you know really comes to mind, and you know, just the numbers they put up and the success they had, and you know, had NFL careers. They both went on to play in the NFL, and you know, I just think it's you know, any kid that you know plays quarterback that should definitely look in this conference. I think it's you know, it's awesome for them. You get exposure, and you know, it's a great conference to play in.
Listen, I think there are good quarterbacks everywhere, and I just happen to think that this conference, for whatever reason, has been able to attract quarterbacks because of the offenses being so high-powered. So you're going to get those guys.
You've had guys that were taken as developmental guys that turned out to be pro guys, and that's happened several times. And I think part of the reason that happens is because they play a lot of football. You know, you have a guy like our guy, he came in and he'll end up being a 3-year starter and all that stuff. And so I think that's a huge part of it. You've had great quarterbacks, and when you do, you can move the football.
If you're going to be successful in college football, if there's one position that's got to be there for you, it's the quarterback spot. And as you mentioned, there's been tremendous quarterbacks in this conference through the course of the history of it. And I think there's that type of quarterback still in our conference. And you know, we're a conference that really shows the quarterback. You know, we're not running, and then play action passing. You know, our conference is filled with putting the ball in the air and gives our quarterbacks a chance to highlight themselves, and so we're able to attract quality quarterbacks.